everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Quach and I just want to wish you a happy holidays to all of you. If you know me, Halloween is really my favorite time of the year. Not really that deep into the Christmas holiday spirit or whatever, but even I gotta admit, it's time to give in a little bit. Be kind to someone. That's really all the Christmas message I have. Let's talk about Christmas movie, Noelle. Noelle stars Anna Kendrick and Bill Hader as Noelle and Nick, respectively. Children of Santa Claus who unfortunately passed away. Nick now has to take over the role of Santa Claus, but after suggestion from his sister to take a weekend off, he leaves, doesn't come back, and so it's a rescue mission to bring him back in order to save Christmas. So this is a Disney film and a little bit of an interesting backstory. It was originally intended for a theatrical release. However, with the Disney Plus streaming service coming out in early November, they decided to retool it so that it'll be a Disney Plus original movie. And honestly, that was probably the right call. I mean, after looking at this movie, there really isn't that much to it that'll pull people to theaters. And also, the only appropriate time to release a movie like this will be either in November or December, and both those months have been taken up by other Disney releases, Frozen 2 and The Rise of Skywalker. Also, with Disney Plus, it actually got a little more attention than it probably would theatrically, since it is one of the first original content on Disney Plus available at launch. But enough about the backstory. The movie itself, how is it? Well, Anna Kendrick, I like Anna Kendrick, and she seems to do her job pretty well in this film. Bill Hader, he doesn't really get much of a chance to do his usual comedy routine, but he got a couple smiles out of me. So, the practical effects, like the sets and all that, they are very Christmas-like, and it does look nice to... Sorry, and the sets do look nice to look at. That's a weird way of saying it, but yeah, it is a nice looking film. Although the few CG effects it does have, you can really tell it's CG. So, but it didn't really bug me that much. I mean, the CG is usually used either when the sled is flying or on the reindeer itself, and there is a little baby reindeer called Snowball or Snowy, and I will admit he is kind of cute. Oh, shut up, Quachi. He's not going to take your spotlight. So, the story itself, this is the kind of story where once you see the first few minutes, you can instantly tell what's going to happen at the end. So, I guess spoiler alert, even though this movie has been out for about 2 months now. It's that Noelle ends up becoming Santa Claus instead of her brother. And at first, you do think that there is going to be some sort of like forced in feminist message, and while it does grace the topic of feminism slightly, it's actually not a huge deal in this movie. It's really more focused about how everyone just focuses more on tradition than they actually do about thinking of ways to adapt in a different world. And there is a cousin Gabe, which reminds me, who birthed Gabe? Was it a sibling of the original Santa Claus? A sibling of Mrs. Claus? Anyway, Cousin Gabe is the head of the IT department for Santa Claus, which is a weird sentence to say. And he's coming up with more electronic and easier ways to try and make Christmas a little bit easier. And the ideas are good intention, and he's not portrayed as like a villain or anything. He's not really even portrayed as an antagonist. There is just certain ways of doing things for Christmas, whether it's makes all that sense or not. Weird way of saying that too. But I think that's kind of like the thing I like about this movie is that the things that are considered like not good or bad, I guess is a stretch of a word, but sure. They're not really portrayed as like evil or wicked or anything. It's just good intention, just not really that much of the Christmas spirit. And there are different other more cynical ways of looking at some things that pop up in this movie. And of course, the logic of Santa existing in this world, yet no one outside of North Pole knows he exists. And the elves, when they leave the North Pole, have to keep everything a secret, even though they still act surprised at stuff to see that has Santa Claus face on them that they think is kind of like tacky and like say weird things and don't know most stuff we usually know. Like, how do you not know sunblock? How do you not know how to fist bump? How do you not know how to pronounce Arizona? It is a little bit of an odd film. Nothing really spectacular about it. Nothing awful about it either. It's decent enough. It does has its charm. I'm sure it'll pick up a small audience. Honestly, if I had to watch this movie again next year for some odd reason that I can't think of why, but I'm forced to watch it anyway, I'd be okay with it. I like Anna Kendrick. Bill Hader could use a little more comedic freedom, but he was decent too. All in all, it's a fine movie. If you're interested, watch it. Sure. So that's all I have really to say. Happy holidays to everyone watching, and I'll see you guys next time.